Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today what we're going to be doing is fitting this National Cycles Mohawk screen to the Z900RS, or at the very least attempting to. It says it fits, but I mean, we'll see. Before anyone tries to murder me, the reason I'm thinking about a screen is not really for road riding, because I mean, it's fine for road riding. But for track riding, because when you get to like 100 plus miles an hour, there's quite a lot of air hitting my chest, and I am a larger than normal individual, we shall say, so I have a bit more surface area to catch wind. So what I am trying to do is just literally dampen that down a little bit. So let's get into it. Alright, so it does give you a set of instructions and some bits to fit. So that's obviously what we're going to try to do first. Let's have a little look-see here. So I know just looking that these brackets have to be fit up, but I think stuff comes before it. So I'm going to ignore all of the other stuff and we'll figure it out as we go along, because that's just how I want to do it. Install washer number 10. Okay, these are the stick-on washers. Okay. That's these little guys here, by the way. It looks like they stick on. It looks like we have to put them onto the inside hole, but let's find out. Yes, they do stick on. Took me a little bit to get it through there, but we got it. There's one done. So I will do the rest of these stick-on washers real quick, and then we can come back. Because this is, I mean, if you were watching me take off the backing of the sticker, or even trying to get these out of the plastic, you'd probably just be like, I'm never watching this channel again. So we won't force you to sit through all of that. The left-hand side bracket, what's the bloody difference? Oh, we poured out some parts. Okay, so the left-hand side bracket is this one. As it looks at it, if you can match up the holes, it's obviously going to need to be like the longer piece towards the top of the screen. So left-hand side bracket and install to the left. Inside surface of the windscreen using two collars. Okay, so how we want to do this is the collar is this little piece right here. The bolt goes through that, like so. Alright, and then from there, we're going to get one of the inside nuts, slide this guy through here like that, collar locates it, and then we just spin the nut on from the inside. But it's not, there is like a form of thread seal on here, so that's not going to be completely straightforward. So I'm just going to go grab what I need to fit this up. It is a 4 Allen and maybe an 8. No, it's a 10 spanner. I'll be back in a sec. But we don't get stuck with the tedium too long. I got an actual socket. That is rather tight. I wonder what goo they have on there, or is it just that one has bad threads? Let's check one of these ones. I mean, it might just be that it has that, whatever that goo is, I hope. Obviously don't over tighten these, because you will have to adjust this later. So you want to kind of leave it probably a little bit looser than I did. There we go. So what I'll do is I'm going to do this for the left and right, and then I will come back. That's those fitted. What is next? Hold windshield assembly and place the motorcycle headlight mount points. Adjust the width of the windshield mount brackets. 7A to match the width of the headlight mount points by loosening the cap nuts and sliding the mount brackets as necessary. Let's have a look at that. So if I sound slightly less happy, it's because I just accidentally knocked my camera and broke my nice lens. Yeah, anyway, so what you want to do is on the screen here, these two guys here, you want to line up with, from what I can gather, kind of these two mounting brackets here, because there's bars that's going to go between them. So I may have to adjust these again, but for now I've just lined them up to kind of be the same width as what's on the bike. So then what we have to do is, see, can it focus on this? Install the left offset bracket to the inner bracket with serrated washer, flat washer and screw. Okay, let's have a look. So this is our serrated washer right here that they're talking about. So it looks like what we need to do is get this guy, the shorter bolt onto the washer, then into this, then the serrated washer goes between these two here. So I have a feeling I will have to adjust the width of these two inner brackets, as they call them again. And again, you don't want to over tighten any of this, because you're going to have to move it again, like pretty much for sure. Pretty much for sure. Good English, me. I always wonder, you know, do any of my old teachers ever happened across any of these videos and just been like, oh my god, he didn't learn anything. You know, from an English speaking perspective. So then we're just going to put in this other one here. I'm just going to tighten them in until they just like pinch slightly, because you don't want to crush that serrated washer yet, because again, you may need to adjust things. So that's them pinched in, and it is from outside in, which is weird. Install the windshield on the motorcycle to remove the headlight lens. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're just going to try to remove the mounting bolts. Let me show you what I mean. Oh wait, that is into the cup. Okay, so we will have to remove the lens. So I'll show you, I suppose. I'll be nice. Don't feel overly bad for me. I know people probably won't anyway. Around knocking my lens, I'm lucky enough that, you know, that's not going to be the complete end of the world for me. But as someone who has always earned their own money, and you know, I place a really high value on things like that, because I've worked hard for them. It's a pretty bitter pill to swallow, breaking something like that in an instant. I don't know, is it fixable yet? They broke the ribbon connector on one of the pieces. So, but anyway, to take that out, there's just two bolts, one here and then one here. They're both on the bottom end of this, and then you do, unfortunately, we'll have to pull out this, I think, by the looks of it, because I don't think there's any other way to get in there with my words have failed me, with a spanner to actually grab it. I need to order a new GIS. This one's kind of getting a bit mushed. So then there's four of these guys right here securing the actual headlight. And then what I would recommend doing is taking out this whole thing if you can, just like that, because you can actually let it rest there on the adjusters, and that should give us enough space, I think. So I believe these are both 12s, if memory serves. Yep. So there is a nut on the inside here that you want to take out. So this then seems to say it's going to go here, which will work. Okay, that will work. I'm going to try use the original bolt though. It says not to, but I think the new one's kind of uglier. So I'm going to try see, will this one fit? So we should be able to just get one bolt in at a time here. That works. We'll just take out the other side. I don't know, will this work using the original bolt? It does have a little bit of extra length though, so I am hopeful, because I think the original bolt like externally looks better than the one supplied, and it's only slightly, like really slightly shorter. So how this whole sandwich assembly is working, right? I'll get this back into my pocket. We're putting the supplied washer onto the bolt here, then the brackets going here, and then the serrated washer on top there. So that's essentially how this goes together. So serrated washer between your bracket and your original headlight hole, we'll call it. All right, so that's that mounted up. And will that rotate up around it? It will. Okay, excellent. So now we gotta try to get these nuts back in here, and that is not long enough. Okay, so we're gonna have to try the new bolts. I think the serrated washer's too wide, so let's actually try this without the serrated washer. Really fast. So this is the original bolt versus the new one. Only like ever so slightly longer, but it is enough. It is enough to actually catch the threads. It's going to be really hard to show you this because there's no way to really get light in there. But what we've done is replaced this bolt here and the nut right in there. You can kind of see it. And now that should allow us to tighten those up enough that we can rotate this up and try actually do like a final fit test. So let's do that. Yay. Now we just want to make sure that where we tighten this, it's not rubbing on anything. So you want to just stand it off from the lights enough. So I think we should be good there. How does that look? Actually not bad. Okay, so we can tighten that up. So I still haven't tightened up the upper guys, and I won't until I put the headlight back in place. So let's do that. Do as well remember to keep all your original hardware from the Z, in case you ever want to kind of put it all back to stock. I mean, if you were going to sell this, you know, if someone else was to sell a bike, I don't believe in selling bikes, but if you were to sell a bike, you might put it all back to stock. So then we can refit our, I hope, refit our bezel. There we go. All right, so that's that part complete. Bezel back on. Now what I want to just make sure I'm going to do is make sure this isn't, that was a lot of make sures, isn't contacting or rubbing anywhere, which it nearly is right there. Just going to move it, and I think we're good. Looks very solid, isn't rubbing anywhere. And that should be it. I would just say go around, tighten all your bolts one more time. I don't hate how it looks. I'm not gonna really get a good angle because this backup, well, it's not a backup lens, it's a very good lens, but not as good as the other one for recording, and you have to stand back a lot more. I will go out for a spin on it tomorrow, let you know how it feels, but I mean, it looks nice. National Cycle, very good mounting hardware. Obviously the V-Strom did come with a screen from them, so I'm really interested to see how much wind this actually keeps off me. But from a fitting perspective, pretty easy to fit, and yeah, like all the mounting hardware, very good quality. So and National Cycle, as far as I know, are an American company, seem to be produced in America, so that's always nice as well, that you're actually buying something in the country you currently live in. Well, I personally like that anyway, so maybe not everyone does, but I do. And the nice thing about it is you do actually have access, if you need to get in here and kind of loosen up these upper brackets and, you know, test everything and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, overall I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, don't know on the looks yet, and I won't know on the looks until we get to actually test it, which will be tomorrow. So that's it. That is the test of the National Cycle Mohawk. Sorry, not the test. The fitting of the National Cycle Mohawk screen. I don't hate the looks. I don't hate them. I'm actually not a big fan of screens though. I literally just got this for mainly for the track, try to keep some air off my chest. So we'll see how it works out. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I just don't know, do I like it on the Z? And if I don't like it on the Z, the nice thing about it is it's pretty easy to take on and off. I mean, all in all, if I hadn't caused myself a near mental breakdown by smashing my best lens for my nice camera, it probably would have taken like 30 minutes, honestly. So genuinely, it says, I think it says on the document they give you that the estimated install time is like 30 minutes. So I think that's actually pretty accurate. And it would have been 30 minutes if I hadn't had to take a mental health break when I broke my lens. So unfortunately, I do not earn enough from YouTube to replace that anytime soon. I don't think. It is what it is. We will get it replaced. We'll get it sorted. We'll be back. And for now, I obviously do have other cameras and stuff I can use. I'm just being dramatic. So yeah, I mean, the cost of this, I think I'll put the cost on the screen, the exact cost posted, but it wasn't terrible. I bought it from Amazon, you know, delivered by National Cycle. They're a reputable brand. Quality looks good. Everything looks good. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Obviously, I will keep you updated in a riding video. And we'll see, do I actually like it, or does it cause buffeting or other not pleasant things? So yeah, if you watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. I'm just gonna have to fit this hitch to my car so that it doesn't knock anything else over in here. Yeah, I do really appreciate all of my patrons. I appreciate your support. You didn't hear about this because honestly, I'm just not mentally capable of talking about what I just did to my poor lens yet. I don't know, maybe it's repairable. I hope it's repairable. I doubt it's repairable. I'm pretty good at sussing these things out, and I think it's broken. So yeah, until next time, thank you again for watching. If you have any questions on this install or anything else that I've done on the bike, please do leave it in the comments below and I'll get back to you. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Adios. Actually, if you're still here, one thing I will say is not crazy about the side brackets looking at them. I mean, they blend in, they're black. They're okay, they're fine. I'm just, naked bikes, you know? It's gonna take me a while to get used to it. If it's functional, I'll be okay with it, so yeah. Outro crew, I have a question. Look at me, I can barely see myself. I'm so far away with this lens. Would you have put a screen on this bike? Bearing in mind that, you know, I want to build it for like a 50% kind of track orientated thing, so that keeping the air off my chest a little bit was important. But would you have done it? Do you think it ruins the looks? You can be honest, because obviously I have said I'm not attached to it or anything. So yeah, let me know, Outro Crew. Would you have put a screen on the Z?